Together we can show the world what we can do. You are next to me and I'm next to you. Pushing on through until the battle's won. No one's gonna give nothing to us. Into each other we put our trust. Standing united after the fight is done.
Alright, yo, what's going on, guys? It's me, the Ninja Reviewer here. Time for another exciting review to my awesome fans of 7 Deadly Sins. 7 Deadly Sins, Season 2, Episode 4 review. This week's episode of the 7 Deadly Sins right here. So here we go. Okay, so basically with this episode of 7 Deadly Sins, we have two basically major focuses. We have, okay, the first thing is definitely the fairy forest, where basically shit is going down with the giant thing that the Ten Commandments pretty much sent, because it got revealed that it was basically sent out through one of the Ten Commandments, like whoever was actually one that actually assigned one of them to actually, no, he signed 2 of them. One to where Meliodas' location is, and the other one's where the fairy forest is. And the one in the fairy forest is fucking weird, like the legs and the arms. I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? Holy shit! Like, oh man. So we have that going down. So don't worry, there is a fight going on between Bond and that thing. But I gotta say, when it not Bond, King, and I gotta say, hail to the King, baby. King of this episode was just amazing. So in the beginning, we actually see that Bond actually meets up with that fairy girl, and basically she explains that yes, well, she does actually respect them as someone who can be a king. However, she's like, I can't let you be here like alive. I'd rather have you pretty much binded within this forest to drain pretty much all of your life energy to give the forest life. So pretty much making Bond like a sacrifice. But until then, we have Jericho, who pretty much rushes into the scene to basically try to save him. But unfortunately, what happens is that weird giant thing pretty much is still attacking, and we see King. And King is right there, man. Yo, King is a boss, man. Like, definitely when we saw King battle up against that thing, his magic skills were actually pretty much working for the most part. But apparently, it looks like the giant thing somewhat did get the upper hand a bit. And because of that, we see him falling down, and we see the girl pretty much rescue him a bit. And she goes, look, now I understand. You aren't really a traitor after all. You really are the true king. And we see the other fairies try to actually fight it back, but they're getting sacrificed. Like, most of them are getting pretty much slaughtered or killed off. And then we see Heraquim actually comes in inside his memory. Well, actually inside like him, because obviously his spirit. And he's like, look, don't worry. Listen to her advice and get the fuck out of here. It's not worth it. It's not above your league. But King is like, no, I just can't let everybody else just die for nothing. Like, I have to protect them. I am the king. I'm greedy as hell. Even if you tell me, look, you have to get the hell out of here, it's not gonna happen. Not when I'm around. I'm a greedy king, so deal with it. So basically what he does is that his spear, finally, his hidden his sacred treasure, actually, I guess you could say, becomes Super Saiyan. And what happens is that he was able to use that in order to defeat that big giant. Meanwhile, though, what also happens in this episode too is that we also see the main leader of the Ten Commandments saying that, each of them are dead. Then we're gonna try the new strategy. We see this one dude, the old man in the red armor. This dude pulled a bigger fleet than Super Mario. Where you at, Mario? Where the fuck you at? This dude was like, here we go! And he just like, yeah! And he just jumps into the fucking air. Just jumps. An infinite jump. And I'm like, yo! I'm like, that's crazy! I'm like, yo! Like, that's insane. So we see him, and he just jumps right across the fucking, like, the kilometers has to be like huge. It's nasty. It's nasty, dude. It's nasty. It's nasty. And then when that happens, he meets up, of course, with Meliodas. But meanwhile, he sort of explains that the technique that he uses, because pretty much Arthur pretty much asks like, wow, that is an outstanding technique that you use against that thing. And even though it seems like, most of their power levels, while pretty much Hawk was reading them, are pretty damn impressive. However, against the Ten Commandments, not so sure about that. Even though some people make it saying that
power levels are bullshit.
Pretty much, because they are in a way. However, though, this doesn't mean that it doesn't really profoundly matter. In DBZ, it's whatever. But in a series, if you ever read the manga Toriko, it does actually matter, because with Toriko, it does show exactly on why these power levels actually exist, and it actually works. And with a series like this, it actually works too. Granted, it is taking that DBZ-ish route when it comes to the little earring thing that Hawk has that can be power levels, but you know what, it is what it is. Then finally, after all that, the dude shows up. And before we get to that, Meliodas explains that the sacred treasure can actually allow for him to actually separate and split, like on some Shadow Clone shit. And it was funny too that we got this one scene where it's like this groping Lucy, not Lucy. What? Wow, whoa! Why did I say Lucy? It's the wrong fucking series. Jesus.
Holy Jesus! What is that? What the fuck is that?
I get it. I know. I fucked up. But basically, though, when it comes to Elizabeth, I should say Elizabeth. So Elizabeth, I guess, pretty much is getting grabbed by the boobs.
Grab him by the pussy.
Yes, exactly. So yeah. So Meliodas pretty much.
Grab him by the pussy.
Yeah. So that's basically what's going down there with Meliodas. So, anywho, then that little funny moment at the very end, we find out that that dude, the old man in the armor, is right there. He's ready to go, and that's the end of this episode. Overall, when it comes to King's dedication by actually protecting the actual, about being greedy, protecting, I love the way they actually did King's character in this episode. This has to be a really awesome episode, hands down by far. Definitely, yeah, when it comes to King's character, it's actually really well done. And it really does get to show how how King actually is able to, yeah, man, yo, King. Hail to the King, baby. That's all I gotta say. This, wow. I mean, the way they actually did King's character was just absolutely great in this. I absolutely loved it. Only then, we move on for that. Like the ending, yo, the old man's hyping me up though. I cannot wait to see this dude because the power level is off the charts. It's like over 5, yo, like, oh man, like, ooh wee! I cannot wait to see this fight, man. I am so excited to see this next week, man. Yo, let's go, man. That old dude in the red armor is mad hype. Let's go. I cannot wait for that. That Super Mario jump, man. Yo, it's insane. I'm done. So that's it. I'm done. So this episode overall, when it comes to King's character, the rest of it though was pretty much just more like set up for things to come. But the ending though was actually pretty hyped though. I'm not gonna lie. But you know what? I'm gonna give the episode a 4.5 out of 5 because everything after that was just pretty much, all dialogue heavy pretty much again for like the rest of the majority of the episode. So 4.5 out of 5. This was definitely a great plus episode overall. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below of this week's episode of the 7 Deadly Sins Season 2, Episode 4. See you guys next week for Episode 5. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe as always. Click that bell to join the squad, boys. Follow my social media plugins and my gamer text as well. Peace, soul, love, chicken grease, and the sky is the limit. And my fans, keep supporting Rich Video Watch. See you guys next week for Episode 5 of Season 2. Bye.